Welcome back, guys, to Fog Racing. It's time for your driver ratings for the 2025 Dutch Grand Prix. Weird one. I mean, this track's never really renowned for overtaking, so you kind of had to rely on a little bit of rain and a little bit of drama to spice this one up. But what team do we begin with? It will begin with Ferrari. How about that? Straight in, balls deep. Let's go. Lewis Hamilton, qualified by Leclerc. Not the worst qualifier in the world considering where that Ferrari is, but I mean, is it wrong to think that Hamilton should be out qualifying Leclerc a wee bit more? No, because he's 7-time world champ, man. He's on a lot of money and he's not delivering. Not delivering. I feel like this entire year is a write-off, but the problem is next year if he starts performing, especially if Ferrari produce a decent car and he's doing this. I mean, he put it in the wall. I mean, to be fair to him, he's like, oh, we should think about the undercut. Maybe if Ferrari pit him and do the undercut, he doesn't put it in the wall, but I mean, that would be most extreme nitpicking there. End of the day, he put it in the wall, it's his fault. I'll give him a 2 out of 10. Yeah. Charles Leclerc did not finish, took it by Antonelli, not his fault. Again, probably the opposite of Hamilton when it comes to the strategy, probably shouldn't have put it. But again, I think it was the correct strategy, man, because you were going to overtake Russell and Hadjar anyway. Russell had damage. Hadjar, you would expect him, well, I mean, he would be defending a podium, so he'd probably be defending like a lion. But yeah, Leclerc, some great moves, some great battles. Took it though. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Unlucky. Right, moving on to the Racing Bulls. Liam Lawson, gave him a 5, man. That car had a lot of potential, hence Hajik Hajar on the podium. So for that reason alone, I mean, it's straight down the middle, because the incident between him and Sainz fucked both races, but unlike the Stewarts, I'm not going to fucking shaft one of them over the others. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like the slightest bit of contact and it fucks up both races. You know, but that's what it is. So 5. Isaac Hadjar, 4th to 3rd. 10 out of 10. An easy 10 out of 10. I mean, it's not quite Hulkenberg at Silverstone, but this one, guy qualifies 4th. I mean, right, he kind of lucked into it a wee bit with a DNF and Norris, but even though he finished 4th, you're still giving him a 10. But the guy's first podium, great drive. Helmut Marko likening him to Alain Prost. Would we go that far? I don't know, but they're both French, so maybe that's where the comparison ends. I'm not too sure. Anyway, guys, moving on to go to Sauber. I'll just give Sauber 2 5s out of 10s, man. I mean, didn't have the pace. It's a shame because, like, where the fuck did the pace go? Looked really good in Hungary. I've looked really good for the most part. Really good contender in the midfield, but Zandvoort there, man, it was just absolutely brutal, to be honest. A bit weird, very weird. Anyway, 2 5s out of 10s. Aston Martin, double points finish for Aston Martin. On paper, 7th and 8th is a pretty good weekend, but Alonso will probably be looking at Isaac Hadjar and thinking, fuck, that could have been me. I could have been on the bottom step of that podium. Now again, I'm not going to, a bit unfair on Hadjar to say that, but Aston Martin's pace looked phenomenal. But then it just kind of, I mean, Stroll put it in the wall and Alonso, it kind of just fell away. But qualifying was that close, man. It was. I mean, put it this way. I believe if Alonso qualifies 4th, what Hadjar is, he's probably, can't guarantee he's on the podium, but he's definitely like 3rd, 4th, 5th. So I think the car had pace more than what we might have thought. But yeah, I'll give Fernando Alonso, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. It's a missed opportunity, but guy in the race was shafted by every fucking bit of strategy and safety car, man. The guy's luck's fucking non-existent. And the fact he's finished 8th when at the end, pretty much everybody apart from Gasly around him is on fresh tyres is really good job from him. Right, Lance Stroll, binned it so many times, finished P7. Again, I'm going to give this guy a 7. People will go, oh, he went for 20th to 7th or 19th to 7th, right? Reality is, he put himself there, and who knows? Maybe if Lance Stroll didn't win it, he would have been able to finish even higher than this. Because the guy showed decent pace, but Lance Stroll's just weird, man. He's so bad, but then he'll just end up with a P7 out of nowhere. Anyway, 2 7s for Aston Martin. Feels like it was pretty low, but I mean, they did get lucky with DNS. I mean, if both Ferraris don't crash and Norris doesn't blow up, then they're probably looking at a point. So, yeah. Right, who's up next then? Williams, Carlos Sainz, I will give a 6 out of 10. 1 higher than Lawson because I believe the Racing Bulls had a bit more pace than the Williams, so yeah, and he's unlucky, man. The 10-second time penalty is a disgrace. It's a disgrace, right? So yeah, 6. Alexander Albon, I'll give a 9. It could have been more, it could have been better. I feel like he should have been getting past Russell considering the amount of damage to that guy's side pod, but here, he couldn't do it, so a 9 will do. Right, Haas, Ollie Bellman, from the pit lane to P6. I'll give this guy a 10 because for me the Haas isn't that good. You know, it's not on the level of most cars around it. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, he got helped by the strategy. He was on mediums, everyone was else on hards, but he still had to make the move count, didn't he? Right, moving on to Esteban Ocon. What do we give this guy? What do we give Esteban Ocon? I'll give him a 5, man. Just, it's weird, Haas. Haas remind me of Stroll. They just randomly fucking appear in the points, but Ocon didn't, so... Well, at least I believe he didn't. Who the fuck finished P10? Did Ocon finish 10th? Fuck, I don't know who finished 10th. It might have been him, you know. And I've just sat here burying him. Was it him? Fuck, I don't even know. I'll give him a 7 then. Because I'm trying to think, it's like, fuck, who did finish 10th? Right, up next, Alpine. Honestly, I'll just give both drivers a 5. I think Colapinto was alright, and they kept asking him to let Gasly through. And I mean, Gasly and probably the worst car on the grid being kept out on just hard tyres that were fucking destroyed. What chance did that guy have? Right, moving on to the top 3 teams. Red Bull, Yuki Tsunoda, qualified, what, 12th? Finished 9th. Apparently was missing a lot of his ICU or something. 50% down, didn't look like it if we're being brutally honest about it, but anyway. Yuki Tsunoda, I will give a 6 out of 10. Much better than usual, and Red Bull is not that good anymore, but I mean 6 seems really high for this, but I don't think he's going to get any more of these grades. Right, up next, Max Verstappen. I am going to give Max Verstappen a... I'm going to give Max Verstappen. I gave him a 9, man. He, only guy all weekend that was taking the fight to McLaren. And, you know, he's battling them on the restarts. And without him, man, the race just would have been a hell of a lot worse. Anyway, guys, we'll give him a 9. Right, Mercedes, Kimi Antonelli, poor quali. I mean, decent enough race, but guy racked up that many penalties, he just got fucking zoomed down the order, so it's going to be a 4 out of 10. I mean, actually 3 out of 10 because he's fucked good points. Guy was probably nailed on for 4th, right? Because I believe him and Leclerc on fresh soft tyres are going to make their way past Russell and Hadjar, but he wipes him out. So yeah, 3 out of 10 for Kimi Antonelli. Up next we've got George Russell, finished what, P4, obviously helped by the fact that I mean everyone around him seemed to get taken out. Norris, the 2 Ferraris, etc. And with his damage, I mean, Sainz, Lawson might have beat him because they were actually even further ahead of Albon when they hit each other. So it does beg the question about what's going on. Dead bird where I'm walking, geez, oh, bones out and everything. That's fucking rank rotten. Anyway, aye, Russell, I'll give you an 8. What could I give next? I don't know. I don't know, man. My head just stopped there. McLaren. Norris. I'll give Norris a 7 out of 10. Qualified second. Race essentially got ruined against Norris. Not Norris. What do you call him? For starting at the start. Honestly, man, I'm walking down a fucking path here, and it's like somebody just feels the need to ring their fucking bell on their bike, and it's like I couldn't be any more fucking further to the left. Ding, ding, ding. Fucking fannies, man. Anyway, yeah. Norris, I'll give a 7. His engine blew up, nothing to do, but he was going to finish second in a race he candidate to win. So, aye. Then Piastri, I'll just give a 9. Won it, dominated it. I mean, considering the pace advantage the McLaren had, it was a 2-horse race, and considering every stop the McLaren's made was under a safety car, how the fuck could he lose this race? I feel like any competent F1 driver would have won it. But yeah, I mean, I know it sounds like I'm burying him, but you know what I mean? It's like, it wasn't like he had to push to do an overcut or an undercut or any of that. He put it behind the safety car twice. 3-1, man. 3-1.